Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Anastasia here with this week's Teen Mom Recap. Before I get started, I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week about Teen Mom 2, Teen Mom OG, and news going on in the reality TV world. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and subscribe. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Part 2 of the Teen Mom 2 reunion. We start off with the most boring of them all, Leah. It's been a hard 12 years with Allie. We sent her muscle biopsy to Ohio State University to help find a cure and research. So don't tell me science isn't real, because that's my daughter's life. Also, I got subpoenaed to testify against my old doctor for overprescribing medication. Exactly what happened to me happened to his other patients too. How do you feel about Jeremy? He could definitely call and FaceTime Addie more than he currently does. They also zoom in the kids and Corey, who have no drama. Gracie says she wants to be called Gracie now and not Aliana or whatever her actual name is. That's what happens when Leah gives all three kids basically the same exact name. There's Allie, and Addie. Next is Jade. They show her flashback scenes and she says, "Wow, what a mess." At least she's self-aware. "Can we bring your mom out on the couch with you?" "No, this isn't the time or place. Have you even seen your mom since the surgery?" "Once, but we barely talked." Then MTV has footage of Christy watching the scenes backstage, as if this is like Dr. Phil or Maury or something. Christy says, yeah, it was once, and Jade refused to even talk to me." "My mom was in charge of all my prescriptions. The doctor even appointed her and everything. And she just disappeared." "Oh my god, are you kidding me? That's not what happened." "I thought she would let me lay there and die. Yet I still miss her every day. I want to talk to her. I miss my mom. I want her to be better. But I can't watch her destroy herself." "Stop talking about me like I'm a dope fiend." You think Christy would be happy that at least Jade says that she misses her? That's more credit than most kids would give to someone who basically left them to die. Then they bring out Sean, who has brought Jade a gracious gift of a bouquet of flowers. He says Jade deserves it every now and then. Now, if you reach into the middle of that bouquet, Jade, you're going to see my keychain, and if you just want to put your spare house key back on that, that would be great. The space between me and Sean and the therapy made our communication much better. "Sean, are you going to propose again?" "Ugh, that wasn't really a proposal last time. I didn't want to pressure her. It was just to show her how I felt." Lion ass. Embarrassed that she said no is more like it. Like, you could buy necklace, earrings, tennis bracelets, toe rings, anything other than a ring, because everybody knows what a ring signifies. "So Jade, how about that surgery?" "Yeah, the surgery was a nightmare. My mom was a surgical nurse. I thought she would be on top of it." Which walk-in county clinic hired Christy as a surgical nurse? Either way, it had to be before BBLs were even popular, so I don't know why Jade thought she was going to be so helpful. She was the opposite of helpful. I begged her to stay and help me, but she was annoyed to even be there. She was like, "I gotta book a flight out. I gotta pay my rent." Not sure why Christy is worried about that. Hotels always have your card on file. How about that Sean versus Corey fight? He called my dad lazy, so Corey came at him. Sean says I was only defending myself. Lazy? Oh yeah, how could Sean possibly spread such a false rumor about Jade's parents? He should sue him for slander. I felt like this stuff could have been handled later. None of it should have happened while I was recovering. Dr. Drew tries to convince Jade to let her parents come out on stage because, let's be honest, we all want to see these bitches fight. Christy comes up, but without Jade there, and she immediately starts crying. "This TV show has ruined my family completely. I don't want to be taped right now." But this is a professional set, so they just keep filming her crying, whining ass. Okay. The only time I saw Jade was last Friday. I showed up at her house and just sat there waiting for her to come home. That's not weird. And she just didn't say one word to me. I don't get to see Chloe either. I hate that Jade thinks that I don't want to help her. Well, what happened with the Percocets? Why don't you set it straight? In Miami, they're just not anywhere. We went to 12 pharmacies and no one had it. She didn't believe me. But why would I disappear? Why didn't you get it during her surgery? I didn't have the prescription. They can't call it in Miami. She's not right about not having the prescription, but she is right that they can't call in a prescription for that kind of drug in Florida. I live in Florida, and for addictive, dangerous prescriptions like that, they always give you a paper prescription that you have to bring to the actual pharmacy. They're not allowed to call certain drugs in. However, we literally saw on the show that they did give her the prescription before Jade's surgery, so she did have hours before Jade got out of surgery to try to find it. And Dr. Drew points that out as well. Christy says, no, it was after the surgery. Wait, you know what? They may have done it before. I don't really remember." Jade says, "This is bullshit." Have you tried to apologize to Jade? Jade doesn't know what really went on. Oh my god, so Christy has not tried to apologize to her, and then you wonder why she won't talk to you. Does it matter? I'm sorry Jade feels that way, but I don't understand why anyone thinks I would leave her there in that kind of pain. Dr. Drew says, "Because you did." Oh! And then I guess production was in Dr. Drew's ear for that roast. Because right after that he says, but wait, no, I'm not saying, you're a bad person. That's not my intention. I just want you to accept your wrongdoings. You put Jade in a bad position. You're not a mom, Dr. Drew. As a mom, I just wanted to give her some space. I'm still working on myself. Why does she have to cut me out? What if I got killed by a drunk driver tomorrow? Would she feel bad for cutting me out then? After we have to listen to Christy's total lack of accountability for 5 minutes, she finally wobbles off stage and has to be helped down 2 stairs. And then Jade comes out. Therapy taught me a lot. I love my mom and I care for her. It just bothers me that she says, I'm sorry that Jade thinks that, instead of, I'm sorry I made Jade feel like that. She can't take any responsibility. All she knows is guilt and manipulation and saying that she's gonna die one day. A child not having their mother hurts too. I've been in foster care and I wanted my mom there back then, but it's just not healthy. Jade was in foster care? So unfortunately, Christy has always been a piece of shit. Next is Bar and Ashley, who's wearing a tight corset for some reason. What's going on with Shen? Shen wasn't in a place to accept that party invitation. I get it, but I guess I need to stop doing surprise parties. They always go south. But my graduation party was amazing. We all dressed up like the time period where we felt sexiest, and it was lit. Lit up by gunshots. Dr. Drew asked, what about the tabloids? Meaning, of course, asking about Bar's gunshot arrest at that very lit party. Bar did not like that question at all. He goes off. He's like, we spoke about this, Dr. Drew. You better stop. I just don't understand the basis of that question. You better get it together. Don't let them make you bullshit, buddy. What the hell? Like, is that Bar's weird, condescending way of refusing to talk about the gun incident? Like, really, even Bar is refusing to film now? You've been arrested like 7 times, my dude. You don't have a reputation to protect. Like, I cannot wait until Young and Pregnant is back on September 7th, because now even Ashley and Bar don't want to show the real tea, and they were one of the most dramatic couples on the other show. Anyway, Bar's not talking about it, so they move on. Ashley says, we're seeing a different happy side of our relationship now. It's the first year that we have something figured out. I want Bar's alcohol charge to be over, but I don't want it to be taken lightly. It was 2 years ago, yeah, but it's very serious. Ashley sounds very robotic and rehearsed during her interview. Maybe it's something you have to watch it to pick up on, but it's just very strange the way that she's talking. It's almost like she's reading off a script. They zoom in. T, I guess they stopped calling her Pastor T after everyone roasted her for that. She's crying about how Holly is her dream granddaughter and her life is so good right now. And mid-tears, someone knocks at T's door and yells, "Delivery!" Sometimes I love this show. Then they bring out Kayla Sessler from Young and Pregnant to do a little preview. Ashley says that her and Kayla get along now despite that fight on stage so many years ago, and they show a super juicy preview for Young and Pregnant. In the scene, Kayla meets up with Stefan's mom. His mom calls her a bitch. Kayla says, "You're the bitch," and then Stefan's mom's psycho ass lunges across the table to try to fight Kayla. Kayla falls out of her chair. She's like slowly dragged out of it. It's kind of funny. Then she gets up and starts throwing money at Stefan's mom's face, saying, "You want your money back for those raggedy-ass clothes you sent my son? Here it is." His mom grabs the money, rips it up in Kayla's face. It looks juicy. And that ends the Teen Mom 2 reunion. There's actually going to be about a month break between the ending of Teen Mom 2 and the starting of the next 2 seasons. So September 7th, they'll be back with Teen Mom OG and Teen Mom Young and Pregnant at the same time. Same day, and I believe they air back-to-back. So I might be taking a little break on this channel as well for a couple weeks until it starts airing again. Once it starts back up, I do have a new plan for how I want to do my videos. So I used to do like 2 episodes when they would air those back-to-back episodes, Teen Mom OG and then Young and Pregnant, or maybe it was the other way around, I don't remember. But I would usually put 2 episodes out. So I want to kind of try to combine that into just like 1 episode because, to be honest, Teen Mom OG has like no storyline and nothing really happens and it's really boring. So I don't want to do a whole video about that knowing that it's not interesting. So when I start my videos again in a couple weeks, I'm going to be doing 1 recap a week, mostly about Young and Pregnant, but if anything interesting happens in Teen Mom OG, I'll kind of include that in there as well. But that's not very likely because nothing ever happens on Teen Mom OG. So I will see you guys in a couple weeks. Make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought about this reunion, whether you're excited for Teen Mom Young and Pregnant in a month. It's been a long time since that aired and I'm very excited. And make sure to subscribe for more recaps every week.